guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley and welcome to Watercolor Month. If you did not know, July is Watercolor Month and I decided to celebrate. This is my first year on YouTube during Watercolor Month. We actually know, this is an extra special video. I just realized our first video when we first started posting consistently on here was July 1st of last year. And this video is going up on July 1st. That's exciting. So this is the beginning of Watercolor Month and it is our 1 year anniversary for posting on YouTube. That's exciting. So hopefully this is a good one. We are kicking off Watercolor Month. I'm going to be doing a new flower every single day of Watercolor Month. These should be very short videos. I'll have little bitty intros for the rest of them because you will probably already know the drill by then. But I'm going to be taking the flower color guide, opening to a, let's see here, random page and painting whatever it is that I open up to. I did this video a week or so ago. That video did well. I have lots of people requesting me to do more flowers from this book. So I decided, since Watercolor Month is now here, we're gonna do one every single day. So what does that do with the rest of our normal videos? Well, I can't post 3 of those normal long videos and one of these every single day. So I'll probably be doing 1 a week of our normal longer videos and gonna try to post every single day with about a 10-minute video, 8 to 10-minute video showing you how to simply paint some of these flowers. So these are gonna be very loose, very simple, very quick, things that most people will be able to pick up very easily. I don't want to go into super detailed. I just want to look at the reference photo and make it look somewhat like that. So if you are excited for this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see these videos all month long. But let's go ahead, turn the camera around. We're going to open up to a random page and we're going to paint that flower. So let's get to it. All right, so I have my Daniel Smith palette right here. And since there are 31 days in July, we should end up with 31 photos or 31 flowers. I will probably be switching out my paints throughout this month just so I have a bunch of different paints and so we can just kind of play and experiment with all of them. But today I am going to be starting with my Daniel Smiths because they are my go-to professional paints. And I just redid the palette and I'm excited to dive into some of these colors. And the paper will probably be changing as well. But I'm going to start off with the Bao Hong Academy watercolor paper. This is 100% cotton and it is 140 pound. If I can open it. So I am currently testing out a bunch of different 100% cotton papers and this is obviously one of them. I've used this one quite a bit, but I will be getting that video. I'm hoping that will be one of the videos this month. So we will see how the month goes and how chaotic it is for me to paint these every single day. But okay, let's take off this front page because this is not the watercolor paper. I love this part. All right, so here is our paper, our paint. I have my water. Now we just need to pick a flower. This is the one I did for the intro of the video. I guess I could paint this one today. Paint it maybe later in the month. I'll redo this one. That way you can see it being painted. But we had to paint something for the intro of the video. Okay. So I'm going to open it up and, oh, that's a wonderful start. What is this called? It's chamomile? We can do this. We're going to start off with a white flower. So we could pick from either one of these, but I think I want to go with these because they look a little bit like daisies, and I love daisies. So this is the chamomile, I believe, and it is a white. It says white and yellow. It is a filler flower and is year-round. So let's get out a little brush. I think I'm going to go in with a pretty small brush for this one. And we're going to start with the little yellow centers. So I'm going to set this to the side. And to keep this book open, a lot of times I just use these little binder clips. If I remember, I will link some from Amazon in the description, just for your convenience. And all right, so for this flower, I am going to start with the center of the flower. So I'm going to use my favorite yellow, which is Cad Medium, and I am just going to start kind of sloppily putting in some centers. So I want some of them to be side facing, some of them to be looking directly at you. Just kind of a mixture in here. I feel like we need a good front facing one right here. And I'm leaving a little bit of texture and like white spaces on purpose. It looks like in the center of these centers, in the center of them, there's like a little green dot. So we will put that in while they're still wet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, let's see. I think 5 is a good number. Okay, so for the little green centers, I'm gonna take my favorite green, which is Serpentine green, and I'm gonna put a little dot of green in the center. Now the ones that are facing us, they're completely round, it'll go in the center, but the ones that are tilted up, you're gonna put it more up here because of the direction they're facing. This one's gonna be like right on top, and this one I'm gonna put it kind of in the center as well. If I can get, I am almost out. I need to refill this paint. I will have to do that. All right, so ideally you're putting these on the paper while it is still wet, so they kind of blend out a little bit into the yellow. Okay, so now to do a white flower. A white flower, obviously you're not just gonna be painting it with white. The paper is white, so it will be your white. So we're gonna be using a very, very pale color to be shadows. And you can really pick any color you want to be your shadows. A lot of times I go with blues, grays, purples, even a green could work. It's just a very, very diluted paint. So let me get this little flower palette actually, so I can show you how diluted this paint needs to be. Let me see here. What color do I feel like using today? These feel like they have a slight greenish tint to them. I want to use kind of a greeny blue. Okay, I'm going to take this color right here. This is, I believe, Blue Apatite Genuine. It has a little bit of a green tint to it. And I am putting a lot of water in here. So this is just gonna be a very, very watered down version of this blue color, okay? So now that I have that pretty watered down, I have my brush full. I'm gonna swipe on the edge twice to get any excess off. I want this to be fairly dry because we can do a little bit of dry brushing as well. So let me see what these petals, they're very rounded, but have a little bit of a jagged edge on some of them. So we're going to start with the easiest one, and that is obviously the one facing forward. So we're just going to put little petals like that all around. So I'm leaving a little bit of white space on some of them, kind of putting petals behind. That looks like a coffee bean. Okay, so maybe not right in the middle like that. But these are fairly short and squatty little petals. But we're just going to go around making those little bitty round petals. Okay, so this is going to be the first layer on all of the flowers. So we're just going to go around. I'm going to probably speed through this, do the petals on all of them, and then I will show you how to add the details and the stems. All right, so while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the little stems and leaves in. So for the leaves on these, they're kind of just jaggedy, and we're gonna make some really imperfect leaves. So let me get some of these serpentine green on my palette here. And the stems kind of go everywhere and they kind of connect. So we're just gonna do some little stems coming down. This one is gonna connect here. This one disappears behind that one. This come up and over. I think we'll probably put like a leaf on that. Leaf. Okay. All right, so just some little stems connecting all those flowers. And now we're gonna do some just jaggedy leaves everywhere. So let's do just some quick brush strokes. Kind of going up. We don't want these to look perfect, okay? So try to be quick and messy with these strokes. I've even got some like small ones in between flowers here. Little pieces coming out of different flowers even. Just make some little bitty brush strokes. Just like that. And I'm literally just pushing the brush into the paper. I'm gonna come out from here and do one. I like that. We need another one down here, going up. Maybe even overlapping some. And something coming out there. Okay. All right, so this is what it's looking right now. Obviously the leaves are standing out and the flowers are kind of fading, but we're about to change that. We're gonna put some details on these little petals, and then this flower will be done. So I'm gonna take a small brush. Actually, this one's fine. This one's still small enough. Okay, where was this color? My brain, there you are. All right, so I'm gonna take the same color, but I think I wanna, no, I don't wanna mix anything. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Mixing a touch of that serpentine green in it. Now it's really green. Nope, we're gonna stick with the blue. Okay, I have made up my mind. All right, so I've gotten paint on the brush, and then I'm going to tap the side of the brush onto the paper towel or cloth to get excess water out. I just want a little bit of pigment on the brush, and we're gonna come from a petal right here, and we're gonna just do light strokes coming from the base of the petal, just coming out from the base of the petal, and remember to curve with the petal shape. And then the same thing coming from the top of the petal. So I'm doing like one line in the middle, some curving on the outside, and I'm just barely touching the paper with my brush, just little, I like to call them whisper of detail. Just remember to always go with the shape of your petal. It will help bring it to life. Just like that. So let me show you a little closer. Just like that. So I'm going to do that to the rest of them, and then we'll be right back. So I'm even letting the brush kind of dry out, and I'm doing a little bit of dry brushing texture. If you don't know what dry brushing is, I highly recommend watching my Watercolor 101 video. Basically letting the water run out, where there's just a little bit of pigment on the brush, and it creates a texture on the page. Okay. All right, so there are the flowers. Let's add the finishing touch that I like to do. I'm going to take a little bit of cad yellow on my brush, and I'm going to tap it, and we're just going to splash the page with a little bit of yellow and also a little bit of that green. And there you have it. There is our first flower, our first day of Watercolor Month. I'm going to add just one more little bit of detail. I'm taking the cad yellow and I'm just adding one extra layer around the base of these, so it adds a little bit of depth, but not too much detail. There we go. Perfect. That's what I wanted. All right, so there is our first flower, the chamomile. Why do I keep wanting to say that? The chamomile, and again, you can use a gray for those shadows. You can use a purple. You can use whatever makes you happy. I'm loving how beautiful and bright and springy this looks, and I'm so excited for Watercolor Month. So yeah, if you did enjoy this, guys, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see the rest of our videos this month, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And we will see you guys tomorrow for another day of Watercolor Month. Bye. Since this is going to be, let's see, how many flowers are we painting? How many days are in this month? I should know that. I'm 36 years old. 30 days. That's June, July.